Everyone has a story to tell. A musical called Labelless uses real-life stories to spread a message of heart and hope. It educates, too. It's produced by Drew and Leah Lacheys, who got the idea while they were teaching a theater class together. And Leah and Drew are with us this morning. I'm always so happy when I see you both.
All right, good to
see you. Congratulations on the success. So pick up the story. You were in a class leading an exercise with the kids. What happened?
It was an exercise on empathy. We had each student write down how they were discriminated against anonymously on pieces of paper. The story goes, we took it home that night, spread out the piece of paper on the kitchen counter, cried. It was really brought to the forefront that these problems were still existing in households all over: sexism, racism, homophobia. The list goes on, and the musical was born from that.
How did you take those stories and turn them into a production? Because saying that and then doing what you've been able to do with the incredible reviews that it's gotten, that's not an easy thing.
No, it's been 5 years, so it didn't come quickly. It's a instant success that only took 5 years.
Instant.
No, I feel like we just try and strip it down to its core basic issue, and just try and work on seeing each other for who we are as humans. So it has nothing to do with politics or religion. It just two people that are having a conversation, and ultimately that's what the show is about, is just trying to be able to see people for who they are and be seen, because that's ultimately all that we want, is to be seen.
Yeah, so tell me about maybe an example or two of the stories. You mentioned some of the issues, but what are maybe one or two that really touched you the most that you put in the show?
There's so many.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately there's a lot. There's one that kind of people really fall in love with, which is part of our disability section, where our cast member Alyssa is in a wheelchair, and she talks about how she just wants to be seen as a capable human being, not kind of labeled as unable or disabled, but just the respect that she wants, and she tells it from her story, and all the stories are true. So for us, that's kind of what really sells the show, is that these aren't hypotheticals. They aren't oh well in the world. No, this is Alyssa. This happens to Alyssa on a daily basis. And mental health is obviously one that a lot of people can relate to as well.
So I think everybody can relate to this idea of labels, because whether you have a differing ability or whatever it is, we all have to face labels in our lives.
Exactly.
So how do you think it changes the actors in the show? I'm sure must be affected, but also the audiences seeing it. What have you seen?
I have never seen an audience react like this, being completely honest. We just did a show in Springfield, Missouri. They were standing up, like within the show, not even waiting till the end to applaud after specific numbers. They immediately go up to the cast and say, "We've never seen anything like this. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for saying these things on stage." It is such a moving experience.
Yeah, we have one young lady in Springfield literally come up to us and say, "I have never been seen as much as I have right now seeing the show." So it was like the cast members were almost talking directly to her. So in any situation where you can have that kind of connection with an audience, it's pretty phenomenal. I mean, you laugh, you cry, you sing, you dance. It's a full journey. And what we like to say is that the audience leaves feeling more hopeful and more optimistic for the future.
There is nothing like theater that can do that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Are you going to get it on Broadway? Because I know New York is one of the stops. Is that the hope? Are there any talks? Like, what can you tell us?
There are talks, and that is the goal.
Yay!
And we are so proud that it was born and bred here in Cincinnati.
Yes.
It's just so exciting and thrilling, and to create art that's making a difference is just an incredible thing to be part of.
Well, it's like you guys are like a story. High school sweethearts. Now you're going to Broadway. Still married. 23 years.
We'll see how the day goes. You never know. Each day is a new adventure.
Well, we just stay out of the doghouse. You'll be good, Drew. Leah and Drew, thank you so much. We'll put the link to tickets. It's Saturday night at the Aronoff Jarson Kaplan Theater. Is it sold out yet?
Not yet.
It's
but
close.
It will be.
Couple left. So get on there today. Thank you both.
Appreciate it.
Thank you both.
See
you again soon.
Thanks.
Hey there, thanks so much for visiting the Local 12 YouTube channel. Click the links, hit subscribe to get notified anytime we post content to this channel.